Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the Black Geek Cool podcast. I'm your host, Gershon, and on this podcast, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that you guys like: comic book movies, TV shows, and movies, some anime as well. So, without further ado, let's just jump into the deep end and start talking about some stuff. So, first up on TV news, they have canceled Daredevil. There's no more Daredevil. Daredevil season 4 was canceled. We heard that it got pitched to Netflix, and Netflix has canceled Daredevil. So now that they've canceled Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Daredevil, the only ones they have left is Jessica Jones and the Punisher series. Jessica Jones already shot his third season, so that's definitely coming out sometime next year. And I believe the Punisher season 2 is shooting now, but they're giving these shows the chopping block. The Marvel shows on Netflix are clearly coming to an end, and I'm pretty sure we all know why, because of Disney's own streaming service, that Disney Plus, I think they're calling it. Yeah, Disney Plus. Disney's about to get their shows back anyway, but Netflix is trying to taint those shows so Disney can't put them back in their streaming service when they launch it. But yes, Daredevil season 4 will not happen. And me myself, I haven't finished Daredevil season 3, so I don't even know if I need to finish it now because it's gone. Like, they did say there was a dip in the ratings from season 2 to season 3. But if you really pay attention, they really didn't advertise season 3 on Netflix that much. Not as hard as they advertised other seasons of the Marvel TV shows. You didn't see many YouTube videos on it, many ads on YouTube. Barely was on the trending page of Netflix. Then again, Netflix really don't advertise as much as other brands do with their shows. That's why they have an abundance of stuff that just gets lost in there. But as you can see, yes, they're chopping these shows off one by one, it seems like, and it's really interesting to see how Disney's gonna deal with those shows, because they did say a spokesman for Disney said, or Netflix, no, Marvel said that yes, Daredevil is not going to be on Netflix anymore. It got canceled, but it's not going to be the last of Daredevil that we see. So, could there be rumors that they're bringing him into the MCU proper, putting him into a movie, developing a Daredevil movie? Could be. We only have to wait to find out. But yeah, Daredevil's gone. So that sucks for people that like the series, but they're moving on. So other news, Adult Swim is making a Blade Runner anime. Yes, Adult Swim is creating a Blade Runner anime series for their channel. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched the whole Blade Runner movie, the first one. I've saw bits and pieces of it. I get the kind of idea. I heard there's like 34 different directors cut in different slices, so there's many different versions of this movie. And I did not see the sequel, Blade Runner 45, 26, 24 feet, whatever it's called. I didn't see it, but I heard it was not as good as the first one and left more to the imagination, which kind of makes it weird. But I didn't see it, so, but I'm a little bit interested in this Blade Runner series. I believe it's anime, and I believe it's an animated series. I don't think it's live action. No, I don't think it's live action. So I'm interested in what Adult Swim does with it. I'm not gonna lie. Adult Swim has brought us very many classic cartoons, many classic animes, and classic shows. Rick and Morty, the whole Adult Swim lineup where they brought in anime. Was it Toonami? Toonami was great. Introduced a whole world to Dragon Ball Z. It was just great, so we can't deny that. But I'm interested to see what they do with this series, and I'm not sure when it's supposed to premiere. I don't even know if they started working on it yet. So it'd probably be 2 or 3 years before we actually get anything from it. Other news, they're also making uh Netflix, after canceling all this stuff, they're bringing on a lot of anime properties they've gotten their hands on. So they're making a live action, yes, I said live action Cowboy Bebop series. I'm worried about that. Netflix does not have a good track record with live action animes. Other live action anime movies, Death Note, Bleach, um, Full Metal Alchemist. I heard Full Metal Alchemist isn't that bad, and the Bleach one isn't that bad, but that I seen the Death Note. I only got halfway through it. I couldn't finish it. It was just horrible. It was so bad. I could not watch it. I'm sorry. It was bad. But they got another anime property. They're doing a series, so that might give them a better footing doing a series instead of a movie. But only time will tell if they're just gonna hang themselves with this rope. But Netflix is acquired. I think they call it, what is it, Miller World. They got his stuff, so they're coming out with that stuff eventually. That's gonna be their comic book go-to, I guess, since they're losing Marvel. But we have to see what they can do with that. Other news, for TV shows, there's a rumor that the title for the Disney Plus streaming show with Scarlet Witch and Vision, I believe the title is going to be Vision and the Scarlet Witch, and it seems like it's going to be dealing with their relationship and them being in a relationship in the trimal, I can't even say that word, and and dealing with their whole relationship, how they get along and whatnot. And I'm guessing this is after Infinity War and the Gauntlet thing, so we'll see what happens with that. I think there's supposed to be like a Rocket and Groot series 2. I think that's gonna be on the DC Plus app I saw somewhere. And I don't know if it's a prequel. I think it might be a prequel because it might be just Rocket and Groot. So it might be a prequel. So we'll have to see with that. Let me know if you're interested in that. I don't know. I might be interested, possibly. Other news, Star Wars has a new animated series. But this one seems a little different. It looks like it's aimed more to kids. I seen a trailer for it. It looked interesting. The style looks very interesting. And it looks like it's modeled after the first 3 movies. It's gonna take stuff from those movies. It's called Star Wars in a Galaxy of Adventures, I believe it's called. Yeah, Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures. And it's also gonna be on YouTube, I think. I think it's gonna be a YouTube series. So Disney's getting into that YouTube space, which, yeah, they're Disney. They could go wherever they want, so that's not a big deal. But it does look interesting. I'm not gonna lie. The character designs do look, it looks a little funky, but it's more aimed at younger kids. It looks like it's trying to get them into Star Wars so they can grow up with Star Wars, which is smart to do because most of your fans are getting old. So you got to get that new generation. That's what a lot of these new characters in these Star Wars movies are supposed to gravitate to. But it looks like they're trying to make the old characters gravitate to them as well. So one step forward, we'll see what happens with that. In other TV news, Netflix also got Eva Longoria, and they're going to redub it. I think they're going to do a redub for they're going to replay it and do a redub. So that's can go either one way or another because fans of that are diehard and they do not want you to mess up what they feel is a masterpiece. I'm half and half. I liked it. It was good. I don't think I watched the 3rd season of it, but I liked it for what it was. Yeah, so Netflix really starting to buckle down on anime. They're really going hard on anime. On some side streaming news, this happened a while back. Yeah, Funimation left Verb. I think Crunchyroll did too. No, I think Crunchyroll stayed. But Funimation left because they got bought out by Sony somewhat on that Sony deal. So they've gotten more money behind them so they can be on their own. So they left Verb, but Verb got another anime deal with someone else. I forget the name of those guys. I'm not gonna even look it up, but I forget the name. But they did get someone to kind of take over for Funimation, but they lost a lot of dub stuff. So unfortunately, they have to try to get past that. Funimation, I'm pretty sure is gonna be okay, but Verb has a lot of programming, so I think it'd be okay. I have Verb. I have the app. I don't really watch anything on there. I'm not gonna lie, but I did download the app, so that's step one. Hit me in the comments. Let me know if you watch stuff on Verb. If you use Verb, do you watch your anime there? Where do you mostly watch your anime? I usually use Funimation. I'm not gonna lie, and I pay for that, so Funimation got my money regardless. Sorry, Verb. Let's switch over to a little bit of movie news. So in this week movie news, Disney is going to be remaking their Pinocchio movie, and of course they're going to make a live action Pinocchio. They've been on this kick of making live actions to the animated movie classics, and it's been good. They've made they made a lot of money with it, so I don't see that train slowing down anytime soon. They got, I think, 3 live action Disney movies coming out in 2019. They got Aladdin, Lion King, and Dumbo. All have trailers except Aladdin. Aladdin's the only one that still needs a full trailer. But Lion King and Dumbo looks interesting. Lion King, you got my money anyway because they showed Pride Rock, and that was amazing. If you want to, you can see me do a trailer reaction to the teaser of Lion King. It links in down below. But yeah, they showed Pride Rock, and they had Mufasa talking. That was it. You got me. You got my money. I'm sorry. You got my money. But yeah, they're doing a Pinocchio live action remake, and they're using Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is in talk of playing Geppetto, so that would be very interesting. I mean, I believe Tom Hanks played. Did he play Disney? Walt Disney? I think he might have played Walt Disney, or I might be remembering that wrong. No, he played some guy. I think he did play Walt Disney. So if they get Tom Hanks, that's good star power right there. And they're Disney. They got that kind of money to throw it at Tom Hanks to get him to come in. But yeah, Disney are in talks with Tom Hanks to play Geppetto in their live action Pinocchio movie, which would be very interesting if they got him. In other news, Warner Brothers, there's a rumor they're working on developing a Blue Beetle movie. So that would be very interesting to go to, like, Blue Beetle's like kind of tier 3. Like there's A, B, and C. I think Blue Beetle is like C tier superhero for DC, and for them to be working on that instead of the Flash movie is mind-boggling. But if they just can't figure out how to do Flash or get the right director for Flash or the right writers for Flash, it's best for you to move on and try to put efforts into something else. But I think they would go like Green Lantern first, or somebody a little bigger on the totem pole of DC heroes. Very surprised to do a Blue Beetle movie. Like, I don't think a lot of people, mainstream people, know who he is. But then again, I know maybe 2 years ago they were talking about doing a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle movie, a little buddy cop comedy kind of thing, I think it was. But now seeing they dropped Booster Gold and just going straight to Blue Beetle. There are also rumors that they're developing a Satana movie, and with I I think was the last Justice League Dark movie, cartoon anime movie, which was really good. I really liked that movie. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. Um, with that popularity, Zatanna got a little more play, got a little more notoriety, so she might be a little more known to mainstream. And it would be another female superhero, which they already beat Marvel to the punch with Wonder Woman and did a great job, which they can do very good with their female superheroes, not so much with their male superheroes, which is a good and a bad thing. But if they can do a Satana and do it well, they probably might have found their niche with female superheroes, which, if you do it right, that can be something you could at least put a footing on and get back into the game against Marvel. Because let's be honest, I like DC. I'm a DC fan. I love Batman. Batman's my second hero of all time. First one, Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man to death. Then there's Batman. But DC has been really dropping the ball movie-wise, live action movie-wise to Marvel. It's just a fact. It's hard to say. It sucks to see because I want to see both of these properties thrive, but the proof's in the pudding. You just haven't been able to put out the numbers. Your movies haven't been critically accepted, and fans don't like it either. So it's time to make a turn, make a change. Hopefully this Aquaman movie, which I'm not gonna lie, the trailers for Aquaman look amazing. I'm really excited for Aquaman. Like, I've never been excited for the words excited and Aquaman has never come out of my mouth. So this is amazing. So we're gonna see how that handles, how that does. But yeah, back to if they can do a Satana movie, if they're actually developing this Satana movie, that would be interesting. It would be a change for them, but maybe a duly needed change for them to get back on track. In other movie news, Marvel is also developing, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Shang Tsung, oh my gosh, a Shang-Chi movie. He is gonna be like the first lead Asian superhero for almost any industry. At least in this time period of movies, superhero movies, which would be huge. It would be huge, especially if they do it right. If they get away from stereotypes and stupid stuff like that. If they do like Black Panther and they can rally a huge group of people around him, around this hero, and give him a good story, a relatable story, something people can look up to and be proud of, it could do very well. Like, we just saw Crazy Rich Asians do very well at the box office. So there's another group that are dying to have their self on the big screen and see their stories and see themselves in these movies. It's just Hollywood has to be shown that it is profitable for them to do it. The moment they find out it's profitable, they'll do it no matter what. But Hollywood, it's all about that money. And unfortunately, it's a business, so they got to make that money, which I can understand that. But the world's changing, and people want to see themselves in these movies they love, in these characters they love. And they don't want to race bend characters necessarily, but they want you to take original characters and put them on the big screen. Give them good stories. Stop making them sidekicks or side heroes. Make them up front and face front heroes, the main hero, the leads. Like, people are tired of not seeing themselves in lead roles. They want to see themselves. So Marvel is about to take that next step. They have Captain Marvel coming out 2019, March 2019. That's going to be their first female-led superhero movie after they've done their first black-led superhero movie. They kind of seem to feel more comfortable doing it, so we'll see what happens with that one. That one's going to be a big test if they can do other than a white male lead or a black male lead, which they can do now. If they could do a female lead, that would be great. And then they could move over to an Asian male lead and hopefully a female Asian lead movie. That would be great. But yeah, they're developing. I wish I could say his name better. I feel so bad that I'm not being able to say his name better. But I'm happy that he's getting the movie. From what I know, he is kind of like Captain America. He's a super soldier kind of, a kung fu expert. I think later in his comic run, he was given the ability to duplicate himself. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they'll change some of that, give him maybe a couple new powers to make him more interesting. I gotta stop saying I'm working on that. This is the first one, so I'm gonna mess up a lot. So work with me here, people. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what I did right and what I can improve on. But yeah, yeah. So he's gonna have his movie. Hopefully, they get good writers on it. Hopefully, they cast it well. Hopefully, it's not just one Asian dude. They got a couple different Asian people in this, showing diversity in it. And I'm just hoping it's good. Like, I was very worried about Black Panther, but in Marvel's hands, they showed me they can do it. So I'm have faith. They've not proven me wrong. They've messed up here and there, but it's been minor stuff, not major stuff. So hopefully they can do this and pull this off. All right. I think that's all the news, movie, and TV that I have from last week. If I missed something, hit me in the comments. Let me know something that you might want to talk about. Yeah. And before we go, give my kind of predictions of the upcoming comic book movie that's coming out in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. So we have, technically it's not a comic book movie, but it is a comic book because it was a comic book before. We have Bumblebee, which is a soft reboot of the Transformers franchise. So I'm hopefully going to go see that on the 8th. 8th of this month. My prediction is, from the trailer, because that's all I can really go on, it looks, I'm not gonna say it looks bad. It looks interesting. It looks like they're not doing a big scale thing. They're kind of bringing it down. I don't know if Bumblebee is the one you want to follow necessarily, but I think they thought people were getting Optimus fatigue, so they'll try to go with another Transformer. So we have to see. The girl in it, she doesn't excite me. Like, she doesn't seem like she is going to do good in that role necessarily. Like, she seems very replaceable. Like, you throw some other teenage girl in there or some teenage boy in there, so she doesn't come off too well. The design, I like the design, especially Starscream. They went with the OG Transformers 1 design of these robots, and the robots look better when they transform. You kind of can tell where parts go and they make sense. So in that aspect, I'm excited for the movie, but the story looks very bland and a very thrown together plot, which is kind of Transformers' downfall. They don't really have strong plots, which would help and better transforming, but we'll have to see. So for that, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. I think it's gonna be okay. I don't think it's gonna be enough for them. It might be enough for them to refocus that franchise, but I don't think it's gonna be a home run out of the park. I think it's just gonna be mediocre at best, especially in this field of movies that are coming out right now. You have to have your A game 100%. And the second movie that's coming out is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm not gonna lie to you people, I am very excited for this one. It looks amazing. It's an animated movie. It's the first time Miles Morales is gonna be on the big screen, and he's not just a side character, he's a lead character, and it's going to be about him and being a black man. It's nice to see a representation of yourself on the screen in a major role, in the lead role at that. So I'm very excited, and being Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes. I'm very excited, and then the whole Spider-Verse-ness of different Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ham, original Peter Parker Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir. It seems very exciting, and then I think we're gonna get alternate versions of villains too. So I'm very excited for this. I'm already in the bag for this one. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go five Air Force Ones out of five Air Force Ones. This looks like, if you caught that reference, cool. But it looks like it's gonna be awesome. It looks like it's gonna be just, from what I've seen, some people seen it early and said that it's undoubtedly the best comic book movie of the year. And I'm trying to lower my expectations because I don't want to go in too high expectations. But it's really hard when, after you've seen the first trailer and you got so excited from the visual style of it, the animation style, the creativeness of it, and then was it Phil and Chris, Phil Miller, is it Phil and Chris Miller? They worked on it and they did very well with the Lego Movie, which Lego Movie 2 came out, the trailer for that. I'm not too excited for that, but Lego Movie 1 was great. Knowing that they wrote, and I believe they directed or at least produced it, lets you know that it can be some wonderful stuff in here. So I'm really excited for that. Like I said, I'm giving it 5 Air Force Ones out of 5, and I just can't wait to go see it. It looks like it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to see Miles Morales make his big movie debut. I wish it was in live action, but I'll take animation for right now and slowly roll him out in live action. Unfortunately, Sony owns that character, so we have to see what they do. They did do that Venom, which Venom did so well. It was, I know I did a review on Venom, check that out, but I'm going to just say this one thing. There's a really good movie within that Venom movie that they bogged down with a lot of bull. But there is a really good Venom movie in there, and they did a good job of doing Venom without Spider-Man. I'll give them that credit. I didn't think they could, and they did. I'll give them that credit. But they got to get away from that villain with the same power. I know they want Carnage on the next one, but you got to get away. Do one movie and then do Carnage in the next movie. That's what you have to do. That's what you should do anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts on how Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is gonna be before I go see it. I will do a review on that one, and I will do a review on Bumblebee once I do go see it. And the last movie, at least comic book movie, is gonna be Aquaman. That comes out on the 20th. I think there's an early viewing, but I don't think I'm gonna make that one. But I think this is gonna put DC back on track. And because it looks, from the trailers, it looks exciting, it looks fun, it looks like they're not taking themselves serious anymore. It looks like they're falling back on actual comic book logic in this. They're using the source material more than anything. Jason Momoa looks like he's just having a ball. Like, oh my god, it looks fun. Like, I'm excited for an Aquaman movie. Like, who says that? I know a couple of people that say they love Aquaman, so they're excited. But I've never thought in a million years I'll be excited for an Aquaman movie. But I am thrilled to go see this. Like, I think it's gonna be like 5 Tridents out of 5 Tridents. Like, I think this is gonna be the movie that sets them back on track and gets them back into the game with their movies. Kind of give them a foothold to fight back against Marvel, because this looks amazing. It looks amazing. From the visual effects, which it seems like it's like 90% visual effects in this movie, from the one-liners Jason Momoa lands, from the action scenes, from I think Black Manta's in it. Well, I know Black Manta's in it. He looks good. Darth Lundgren looks weird, but looks interesting. That big crab thing, and then they had those dark sea monsters too. I forget their names, but they look cool in it. And Jason Momoa is pulling off Aquaman. Like, I believe him to be Aquaman, and it's working for me. He's my Aquaman. Period. Like, I hope. I'm really interested to see it's kind of gonna be origin, but I don't see how they get around it just not being a straight up origin story. I believe they can do it. Many movies have done it before. They did non origin stories, so I believe they can do it. So it's gonna be really interesting to see, and I'm really excited to see it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm all in on this. I'm all in to see that. But yeah, those are my predictions of the upcoming comic book movies coming out. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you've seen them, don't spoil stuff. Don't be that guy. Um, but if you haven't seen them and you have some predictions, hit them in the comments. Let me know what you think how these movies are going to be. I'm going to read some of them, but if you spoil some stuff, put spoilers so people can know. Because don't spoil the movies for people. That's just wrong. But like I said, thanks you guys for listening to the podcast. I know this was kind of scattered and all over the place. As I get more comfortable with this and I get more kind of organized with this, they should get better. Hit me in the comments. Let me know of anything that you think I could do to make these better. And I think I'm going to try to get a co-host. I'm trying to find one of my friends to come through. But if I don't, it's just going to be me. And I hope you guys like listening to me talk, because I'm working on talking better. But thanks for listening again, guys. And hit me up on Twitter. Let me know if you got any questions or anything you might want me to talk about on this podcast. Yeah, all that good stuff. You can hit me up at Blackie Cool on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And of course here on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, hit the share button, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you guys on the next podcast.